Alright guys, so the market is open now and it is actually reacting the way I was wondering. So we will be actually focusing for intraday is partially this structure combining with that complete structure. So those are the two structure where we would be paying attention. So if we are intact of this impulse, then this is the factor which we need to analyze. If we are intact of this impulse, then this is the combining factor which we need to analyze. Which direction is which? That answer will be lying somewhere here. So let more candle get printed, then we can read it, then we can execute the sell or buy. The way it looks right now, possibility is so much that it's going to tag this and eventually this. But when we look at on a daily time frame, this possible structure is still corrective, but I'm well convinced that this is actually going up the next impulse. Anyway, so let this candle get printed. This is 9:17. Let's pay attention. We'll be getting the morning setups, not for everybody, but for those who can take it. Let's look for the morning setups. Bank Nifty, let's go to the future. Why this said 380? Yeah, corrected. So this is a continuous chart. Bank Nifty, actually we are having a conflict of the information. The reason for conflicting that is because of this misprinting. We are sure that it is actually completed. It's coming like this already. So the data is not accurate. Because if you go to the spot, you see what I'm saying. See that? So in that case, this will be the first leg for the downside. How are we going to attack it? Now, when we have a conflict of the information, it's really hard for read that, because if it doesn't work that way, we can come up with the excuse that, oh, this did not show us any sign of completion. But if we miss and it does exactly what we are planning, then we think that this is misprinted. So in that case, actually bank Nifty is having that kind of situation. However, we can read this as a complete corrective structure. So we got this as a 1, this is a 2, and this is kind of 3, which means this is a third wave correction. So how do we attack it and how do we take advantage of it? Yes, bank. I'll just look at it. मुझे बस यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा figure out करने दो. Which direction? This is 9:19. So we'll come back to it in 5 minutes. Okay, so this is shorting it. This is momentum dying. 1, 2, 3. We can get a sell setup. Okay, we're getting a morning sell in Nifty and Bank Nifty, and we can execute it. If this is the pattern, what we think, we're getting a sell setup. So let's see what we get here. Let the pattern get completed. In Bank Nifty, we don't have a such setup. We only have a direction, which quite looks like a downside as of now. So there is a sell setup. If anybody wants to take it, the conditions for this is this. This is not the way it should look like. So chances will be this can do this. So this can turn into the running flat pattern. So that's the A and that's the C in between, making that as a B wave. So if anybody is taking this sell, you tag this situation and put it on a break even, just in case. If we are wrong, then it will go, but if we are right, we don't want to lose it, right? Execute. You have to go for the completion and the corrective structure that that we do in the course. We hardly count as a 1 2 3 4 5. Like those who have done the course knows is better. But like the way market has changed today, it's not the way it was 30 years ago. So there are so many different things we have to include and we have to take care of it in order to get these kind of moves. Anyways, for those who were in Nifty trades, kudos to you. You took the risk, so you should be getting the reward. And like if you were trailing, you can keep trailing. You don't need to ask me. It will be totally up to you. All right. So if I see any other trade, I'll be updating you. Let's see what happens. Give me 5 minutes and I'll come back.